Here we're getting lined up against Kenton. Playing catch, we're starting at 5 yards with our eyes locked in on the lower half. We could peek inside right off the initial snap if it's going to be a quick game. We use their contact to turn us into their route. We really want to just catch them. We don't want to drill them as we get going. Here, quarterback has his eyes left, missing the open third receiver to the right. The comeback late, and we were able to recover back to it. It's very hard covering Kenton for real long. They did get separation, but progression dictated that he came back to his right after his left was initially taken away. Now this side, the right side is disrupted, and he has to make a decision where he wants to go as time is ticking. Puts him on the run, has to make a tough throw. Turns out well for us. We want to disguise our coverage as much as possible here. We walk our safety down late. He walks down. We get contact at 5 yards. Collision. Most receivers are covered. Some have 2 guys on them. We're at least getting our hands on receivers. We had good initial coverage. Can't cover forever. Kent does a good job of getting open. They're known nationally for getting a lot of passing yards. We're good initially, but they're able to squeeze one in here. Good play by them, but I still think that our philosophy is sound. We try to disrupt those reads as much as possible and do the best job we can, and that's worked out really well for us. Here we're going to collision the receivers at 5 yards. They have 5 wide almost all the time. We're going to collision them for the 5 at 5 yards. Do a good job getting our hands on them at this time. We're not trying to hit them real hard. We're trying to get in their way. We're trying to disrupt the reads as long as possible. Keep that quarterback in the pocket. Have a chance for our rush to connect. He does, but luckily for them, they are able to get the ball off and fight another down. Here we're dealing with a quarterback that is going to beat us with his legs more than he's going to beat us with his arm. He could hit us with a home run over top, and we really want to prevent that. So we're going to collision the receivers at a deeper in their routes, disrupting their timing, giving the quarterback a hard read, making it a tight window for that quarterback to try to place that ball in there. Do a good job getting our hands on him, creating that disruption. He puts the ball over top, and our safety is sitting there to be able to get the interception. Turned out well for us. We did not want to give up a home run there. If he has to beat us, he has to beat us running because that's what he's better at. We were not going to give up a long touchdown there. As you can see here, we don't need to stonewall a guy. We really need to get in their way. We really need to make a conscious effort to get our hands on receivers and disrupt that read. May seem small, but it's enough here to get the timing off. Gives our safety time to be able to play both routes here. As you can see, he's here. He's in position that if the quarterback wants to come to the backside, he can. If he wants to throw to this post, he's able to make a play on this as well. There goes, makes a good play. It's a good player for us, and by disrupting those routes, getting our hands on receivers really gives our different players chances to make more plays. We really believe in this technique. Getting our hands on receivers can be just enough to throw off the timing of some routes. Here, quarterback's pre-initial read, he sees fade. It's a very good timing route. It was just enough to kind of put him off, and incomplete pass, which is good enough for us as a defense. We can't always make interceptions, as everyone knows. So just getting our hands on the receiver here can be enough to make that receiver have to worry about us colliding with him and going and making our play. This game here, I really felt like we did our best job of disrupting reads, getting our hands on receivers. They made a living off of making 5, 6, 7 yards, turning around, quarterback delivering the ball to them, and we really wanted to take that away. So quarterback looks to his right. We're disrupting his reads. His only outlet in this case is to his right with a short little dump off, which we were happy with because that's behind the line of scrimmage. He's unable to complete the pass there, but our defense really did a good job of disrupting reads for this quarterback and giving him only so many options, and that's what we really want them to do. We want to try to dictate where that ball is going to be, how they're going to deliver it, and go from there. 4th and 12 here. We really want to not give up the first down, obviously, as everybody does. We want the ball to be thrown, obviously short, but we also don't want to give them a lot of room. We disrupt the route at 5 yards here, you can see. Do a real good job of being in position that if he wants to try to squeeze one in here, he can't do so. We really want to rally up on any ball that's thrown behind, and that's what we do here. Do a good job of rallying to the ball, but we wanted to take away those deeper routes because that's what was going to give them the first down. So we do a good job of just staying true to form and taking away those deeper routes, and then rallying up on the short ones. Here we're given ground. We want to still climb with the wide receiver, doing it at those designated points, either 5, 10, or 15 yards, depending on where those routes are going to be occurring at. But that's not our only responsibility here. We still have to be able to play our zone. We're still playing a zone in this situation. DB is hanging on the post, but he is still responsible for his zone. He does a good job of speed turning back to the ball. Made a great play, almost came up with the interception. But again, he did a really good job of staying, colliding on the top of that route, and then turning back and almost making a play on the speed turn. In this situation, you can see the quarterback wants to throw to his tall wide receiver, but the receiver is too worried about shaking our DB. Therefore, he has to check back to the backside to get a different look and not as high of a percentage of a throw. The wide receiver took too long to get into his route, and therefore we were able to cover on the backside, make him throw a lower percentage pass, which is good for us. We're running our 3-3-5 stack, cloud, cover 3, break on a ball here to make a good play for us. The linebackers got to keep their heads on a swivel, pass off crossing patterns, as you can see right across the middle. We want to keep our heads on a swivel. We want to collision those guys. Not follow them too far. Stay in our zones. Pass those guys off. We do a good job of driving on it. Ball gets picked up. The picture wasn't clean, and we're able to make a tip and then get an interception for us. But it's very important for us to get those crossing routes knocked off and to do a really good job of getting our hands on guys, disrupting the read for the quarterback. You can see as he gathers, he is ready to go right there, but the picture wasn't clear, so he has to throw into a tighter window. We get a linebacker almost gets it. We break high on it, tip up, get the interception. Here's our 3-3-5 stack. Again, sky cover, cover 3. We're trying to disguise our coverage, move around a little bit. You can see making the quarterback go through his progression, biding time, giving our chance for our rush to get there. It's huge for us, like all of us, to get those sacks. So we really want to kind of move around, disrupt those guys. You can even see at the bottom here that these guys will run into each other right down here. They end up, that's their fault, but we're also in position to make plays and go from there. A 3-3-5 stack in this situation again. We are going to play man under with 2 deep over top. Got our ends playing loose. Simply by getting in the way, like it says, we don't have to get a big bump. The wide receiver is more concerned about shaking our DB. The timing is off for the quarterback. Biding time. It gives us a chance to get that sack, get to that quarterback, and make our plays. Just by getting in the way, this wide receiver, like I said, is more worried about getting off his guy, and we're biding time for our quarterback, which is all that we need. And here the quarterback is ready to throw, but every route that he's looking at is disrupted. Where can he go with the ball? We don't have the athletes that are head and shoulders better than our opponents, but we try to get in their way. We try to do the best we can and use our athleticism, what we do have. As you can see, he has to pump, he has to clutch, and that gives us time to come up and make a play. It's just a testament to what we do. We don't have to have the better athletes. We just have to be able to execute what we're doing and disrupt those routes, disrupt the reads for that quarterback, and put him in a bad situation. In this case, this quarterback was going to hurt us with his feet, not with his arm. We want to disrupt the deeper routes. As you can see, we want to do it a little bit deeper down the field. We don't want to give up over top. If he's got a great arm, we're not going to do this, but this guy was going to hurt us running the ball. Therefore, we wanted to be aggressive a little bit farther down the field and make him not give up the deep ball and close those windows later on in the route progression. 15 yards down the field, 10 to 15 is really where we're trying to hit. And in this situation, get him to scramble and give our rush a chance to make that sack. No one ever claimed we were perfect. Here's Kenton, 5 wide all the time, or most of the time. Sets national passing records every year. And, this guy was going to beat us with his arm. He's a good player. And we weren't able to cover him that whole time. Quarterback was just going to beat us that way. We lost our coverage and be aggressive on rerouting. Hope to buy enough time to get the sack, but obviously in this situation we weren't able to, and they're able to get their touchdown. Probably got to get there a little bit faster, but we also got to stick on our guys in our zones and think about it that way. So just wanted to show you this one saying we're not always perfect, like nobody is. Safety help over top. We want to be aggressive throughout the route. Quarterback felt that he could place the ball in this tight window, but we were aggressive as we could be under here. Close that window. Luckily we had help over top. Safety makes a good play. Quarterback essentially thought he had that window, but we tightened it up as best we could, made him throw high, and had that chance. As you can see, again, he gets his hands on him, be aggressive, make that quarterback put it into a tight window. And luckily we got safety help over top and are able to get the interception there. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate the time you taking it. Best of luck to you this season.